So I'm going to have my laptop open so I can try and check the chat, since I'm filming this on my phone. So this is new. I've filmed live streams on my computer. I've done them on my laptop. Never done them really on my phone, but yeah. I'm gonna try and keep track of the chat on my laptop while my phone is preoccupied, and I will be using my iPad for the reference images for what I'm gonna draw today. So yeah, that's it. Okay, here we go. I found the live. Okay. I'll be keeping track. All right. Let's see if anyone shows up. Yeah. This is gonna be weird. I've never done a live like this, but yeah. All right. If no one joins within 30 to 40 minutes, then I'm going to close the stream because there's no point in me streaming if no one's watching, really. But I thought it would be fun to try and see if anyone would like to join to chat about anything and watch me do some drawing, which I haven't done in a while. I haven't done any drawing in a while because I've been pretty preoccupied with prepping for my final semesters of school. Getting ready, getting my final film prepped and stuff. So yeah, I've been pretty preoccupied with that. Haven't had much time to draw. But I got in a bit of a drawing mood as of late, so I decided to do a little stream. And yeah, I'm wearing my Dawson sweater since school's starting soon. Yeah, so I watched The Bad Guys 2 in the theater on Tuesday, and I still want to see it again. But yeah, then I started getting inspired to do some fan art of oh, hello. I hope I'm gonna say your name right. Cyan, thanks. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, as I was saying, so yeah, I watched that movie recently, and so I've been inspired to do some fan art, and yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to be doing this stream. So yeah, yesterday I worked on one sketch. Hello! I think it's Yunez Official. Ooh, Dooney, Mete. Oh. Okay, if you want to see the fan art. Okay, so what I drew yesterday was this shot from the movie, the first one. And this I did with watercolor paints. And then I used colored pencil, Prismacolor colored pencils to draw over. So yeah, to do the shading, I used the Prismacolor colored pencils. I like mixed media. I learned that from other artists here on YouTube, and I love it. It's such a great style, and yeah. Yes, I do not wear makeup. Yeah, Cyan, thanks for noticing. Yeah. Dooney says, nice shading. Thank you. Yeah, I've always been really good at shading, and I also really enjoy it. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite parts of doing any fan art. Yeah, Sophie the Sloth says your drawing is cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, it took me quite a bit of time to get that done. I'm very proud of it. Since I haven't drawn in a while because of school stuff that I've been preparing for the next semester, I haven't really been drawing much. And now since I just went to see The Bad Guys 2, I've been inspired to do I think I'm going to try and do a whole page of sketches of just these two. So that's what this stream's going to be. I'm going to just do some live drawing with you guys. Yeah, you guys can see how I start from from a pencil sketch, and maybe if we have time, we'll get to me inking the sketch. But yeah, that piece of fan art was just an example of what I do. So yeah, I guess we can get started on the next sketch. I'm gonna do another sketch from the movie, but I'm not the first movie. But I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet. I'm still choosing. It's really hard for me to pick. Dooney says, "Do you use a smudge stick?" For graphite art, like the art with the pencils, that's the graphite pencils, yes. Not for Prismacolor color pencils, no, I don't have a smudge stick for that. But cool question. As this is a draw and chat, I'm going to now show you guys my sketchbook, and you guys can ask me anything. We can talk about anything you guys want to talk about in the chat. So I will have the chat open over here, so I'll be able to see all you guys while I'm drawing. So let's just get this set up. There we go. All right, so let's see if I can figure out which image I want to do, because yeah, I did this image, and now I'm not sure if I want to do another one from the party dance sequence, or if I want to do the kiss that we finally got in the second movie. So let me know in the chat, guys, which one you'd like to see me draw. If you want to see that one or this one. So just write number 1 or number 2 in the chat, and yeah, this will be number 1 and this will be number 2. So just let me know, because I can't choose. I can't decide which one to draw today, so I'm gonna let you guys decide. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting my utensils, my art stuff out, and yeah. I like to start my sketches with a regular HB graphite pencil to do a light base. Before I go in with a lead pencil, which is for the finer details and the more finished sketch. So yeah, this is for the more refined part. And yeah. And then I have my erasers. I have one of these kneaded erasers that you can shape and stuff like that, and it doesn't lose any of the little pieces like other erasers. And I like this to just lighten up a sketch. So yeah, not completely erase the lines, but just to make them lighter so I can draw on top of them. And then I have my really fine mechanical eraser that I use for the finer erasing details. So yeah, I really love this. Yeah. Okay, Mario Fanatic Animations asks, "What's that you're drawing?" Oh, I don't know yet. I'm still deciding between the kiss from the second movie or another shot from the party sequence from the first movie. So yeah, this one's number 1, This one's number 2. I'm asking people to put a number in the chat to let me know which drawing they want me to draw. So let me know. I'm not going to start drawing yet. But yeah, for those of you who haven't seen, yeah, I did this drawing the other day. And yeah, I'm just going to do a whole spread of basically drawings of Wolf and Diane probably. Because I'm just super inspired because the new movie came out. So, yeah. Thank you, Mario Fanatic Animations. Yeah, I tried my best. I was very happy with how it turned out. Yeah. These are the pens that I like to do my inking with. So the Faber-Castell Pit Artist pens and the Microns, but the Microns aren't that great, but I use them sometimes. Anyway, that's for later when I've done the actual sketch. Alright guys, so if you don't have any suggestions of which drawing I should do, then I guess I'm just gonna pick one, even though I still don't know which one I want to do. This is super stressful. Yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never drawn live before, so excuse me if I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous. Okay, Mario Fanatic Animation says I should do number 2. Thank you! Alright, we're gonna do number 2. We're gonna do the kiss, because I loved it! It was so good! I'm so happy! Alright. Alright. So I'm gonna have to draw in here, and I'm just gonna draw it. So let's get to it. If you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about, please leave me comments in the chat, and while I draw, I will look at the chat and answer them. So let's get to it. Alright, just gonna get comfy. Okay. So first I like to look at the general shape. You can make a drawing request. I might not get to it in this video or this live stream, but sure, you could give me a request. I'm going to just be drawing fan art for this stream, but yeah, I could take suggestions. Anyway, I'm gonna start with just the basic shapes. So yeah, let's try. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I don't really care about the size right now, I'm just caring about the shapes. But it is kind of hard to tell. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I like to start with basic shape language, and then I add in the details later. That's how every artist starts a sketch. But But yeah. And then I just erase the little iffy things. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it should be a bit longer, the snout, just because I notice it's a little, like, that one's a little, the top is a little long. Maybe I'll shorten it. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting too caught up in details, mainly because I'm live and I get really nervous. But yeah, also it's a little too thick. So I'm going to try and do a little... Yeah, okay. That seems like it's fine. Alright. I'm going to try and figure this out, the anatomy of the... Because, yeah, in this movie, the shape language is very... The artistic style of the film, I really like. Code 001 says, a three-dimensional drawing of a flat Earth in a globe where the whole top half of the sphere is the sky and the bottom half would be the land and ocean. Jeez, that's very specific. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that and leave that like that for now. I'm not really going to be very picky. But yeah, I feel like the sketch is still too large in some aspects. This is the problem. I feel like it's too big, and now I'm kind of debating if I should refix it. Code 001. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that in this stream. But it was nice of you to request something. I think I'm going to focus on my fan art because that's just what I'm really motivated to do. But maybe future. Okay, this needs to be a little lower. I'm noticing that now as I'm looking back at the reference. Anyway. Yeah, some of the pictures a bit obscured, so I'm just going to try and guess approximately where certain things end, because I can't tell. Mario Fanatic Animation says, haven't you heard that Sam Rockwell and Zazie Beetz are going to be starring in that upcoming Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die movie? Really? I didn't know they were working on another movie together. That is super cool. That is super cool. I haven't heard of this film. Ah. Thanks for letting me know. That sounds cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, I did not know this. That is super interesting. Now I'm excited. Of course, these two are going to work on more stuff together. Why wouldn't they? They're great. Even when they're just playing cartoon characters. They're just great. Anyway, yeah, now that I have some of that done, yeah, I can start getting the rest of the neck stuff done. So I'm gonna try and get an average shape. Okay, that's about the shape. Okay. Oh, these two. They make me so happy. It's like happiness is found. Or maybe I should. Okay. That's super cool. I love it when actors who have worked together before work together again. Like, that's super, super cool. I'm gonna have to check out this film that I've never heard of, but sounds kind of cool. Anyway. There we go. I'm getting caught up in the details. That's the problem as an artist. Sometimes you just gotta remind yourself to take it easy and not worry too much. I'm gonna start doing Wolf's general image. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this right. But it's not about getting it right, it's just about trying your best. Okay, I think that's good. I can try to do. The general shape of his head. I'm trying to look where everything is in coordination to other things to try and get the right size and whatnot. Anyway. Okay, now we have some of this. His shoulder. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this shoulder. I'm just trying my best. Shoulders can be complicated. They look like they're super simple shapes, but they're not always. I did not know. Okay. Anyway, I'm very, very happy as of late. I haven't been able to think about anything besides The Bad Guys 2 as of late. So that's why I've been really inspired to do drawings. But yeah. Like, super, super happy that these two finally got together. I think we were all expecting it, but still, sometimes you don't get what you want, and it's kind of sad. So when you do get what you want, you celebrate with a big happy dance. All right, I'm gonna try and get this in. Okay. So the hand is about, I'd say about here. So if I want to do a general shape, and a little thumb, just to figure out where everything's gonna be. And this it's gonna be a little more like that. Anyway, I can't see the rest of the image, so I'm just gonna have to make assumptions. And if it's not to my standards, I'll just redo it again. That's the great thing about erasers. I can fix it and modify it as much as I want. Mario Fanatic Animation says, I read an article on Screen Rant. Okay. Oh. Screen Rant did 9 ways at number 5. It says if it continues, it could even take a page from the Shrek franchise and focus on the shape of their golden years. Okay. Yes. I would love to see that. I would love to see Diane and Wolf settle down, have some kiddos. I think they'd be so cute. Yes. We definitely need to see that. I would love to see that. I just try to not get my expectations too high. I'm just happy they're together, at all. Right now, I'm just happy about that. Maybe soon I'll start thinking, yeah, I'm just doing more. For those of you who just entered, yeah, I'm just doing some fan art. I'm doing Wolf and Diane from Bad Guys 2, and I'm just getting the general shapes. I'm not really getting the final piece yet, so that's why it might not look that great yet. But yeah, that's what I'm drawing currently. Or trying to, anyway. Alright, I'm gonna start trying to put in a little more detail. Put in the snout a little more to try and at least finish it off. Yeah. Alright. I'm liking it so far. We'll see how I feel about it later on, because I can always change my mind and think it looks hideous. Yeah, that's the thing about me. I can be very picky and judgmental about my own work. So, yeah. Oh, Wolfie. I'm sure his ear probably goes up like this. I'm not sure. As again, I'm trying to make interpretations based on what I'm seeing. The full image is not really complete, so it's like, oof. It's like trying to guess where everything goes. No. Okay. So yeah. Watched the sequel recently. Still want to see it again. But going to the movies ain't cheap. So, yeah. Usually the top is more like that, and the bottom is usually more showy. So, yeah. I'll be more precise with my other pencil later, but... But yeah, I'm not objecting to seeing them have kids, get married. I'm just happy they're dating at all, or together at all, because I did not expect that. I was unsure. I was like, are they going to give us what we want, or are they not going to give us what they want? Because these studios don't always give you what you want. So it's like, ugh. You're anticipating disappointment, and you hope you won't be disappointed. So I was like, yes. Okay. That I did wrong. Okay. I love the designs for these characters. They're so great. The art style of this movie, these movies are just great. This is the kind of stuff I love to see in animation. The 2D look in 3D is just freaking phenomenal. I think DreamWorks really did a great job with these movies and how they look. And it definitely felt more like the comic, which I started reading recently. I started reading the Bad Guys comics. Mario Fanatic Animations, right? Didn't you know that Sony Pictures Imageworks has done the animation on the Bad Guys too? They did some of it, but I heard from a guy who works at DreamWorks that they actually did quite a bit of the animation in-house. They just outsourced a little bit. So, yeah, I did know that they outsourced some of it, but not all of it. So, yeah, I don't know why DreamWorks is doing this. They're an animation studio. They should be animating their own stuff. But, I don't know, maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. That's bizarre. I don't know why they do this. But yeah, Sony is getting a lot of great work and a lot of great stuff lately. They're doing a lot of great stuff. K-pop Demon Hunters is one of them. I really liked that too recently, which I didn't think I would like because I don't care for K-pop at all. I'm not a K-pop person. But yeah. Mario Fanatic Animation says it's because of making their films less cheaper to save money. Yep, I guessed it. Yep, it's to save money. These studios, man, it's always about the moolah. For me, when I go work in animation, as a lighting artist, I'm really just seeing the art. I'm not really thinking about the money, but these companies, the reason they went into film is to make money, so I don't know. For me, I'm not like that. But yeah, let's see, what could I do here? Because then it's gonna show. This is the problem with not knowing where certain things are. I can't draw them accurately. Anyway, so I know Wolf's eyebrow is somewhere here. And I know his other eyebrow is somewhere around here. And it's somewhere around here. Or somewhere. Anyway. Outsourcing is always cheaper. But in the end, I don't know how to feel. But yeah, I'm aware of what's going on in the industry for some things. I watch other YouTubers who talk about animation stuff, and yeah. Anyway, this feels a little too long. Make it a little less. Maybe a little more up. Ugh. I just want to watch this movie again. Just to see these two kiss on the big screen. I'm just in love. I think I'm as in love as they are, to be honest. Yeah, so this one's a bit tricky. I don't want to get the thing wrong, but yeah. Something like that. It's a bit too long. Yeah, I think it's gonna be something I need this little thing for. There we go. Yup. Alright. I think I'm getting it. Kisses are really hard to draw. This is why I'm trying so hard to get this right. Okay. I think we got it. I think it looks good. Alright. Yeah, kisses have always been hard for me to do, so whenever I attempt to do one of these, I'm always terrified. But I think it looks good. I'm very happy. And usually I'm not happy with my work. So, yeah. I've been very, very surprised by my work lately. I think I'm going to make the snout a little thinner because her snout is thinner than his, and it's a bit... Anyway. Let me try and make this a little thinner, but not too thin. Don't want it to seem too thin. There we go. Now I can get the nose in. Anyway, if you guys want to talk to me about stuff other than bad guys, you can. Yeah, it can be anything, art related. Just let me know. Okay. Yeah, I did these a bit wrong. I could do them a bit better, so I'm going to redo it. I don't know why I'm always going to the wrong eraser. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of shoulder here. Okay. If I go a little bit quiet, it's just because I'm trying to concentrate. Some of these kinds of things are a little difficult. I really try to get it as close as I can to the reference, but... Well, that's a bit too much, it looks. But maybe not. Maybe it's just enough. Anyway, okay, that had to be a little more swoopy. Swoopy. Okay. And then a little more up. And then connect. There we go. Now it looks great. I'm loving this. Mario Fanatic Animations writes, it's like they're sharing true love's first kiss. As Miss Tarantula said, it's like a fairy tale. Yes, it is! It's great! Oh, I love these two. Oh, I cannot express how much I love these two. I could talk about these two all night and all day. I'm just so happy. So, yeah, I'm actually glad that you requested this drawing because I actually think doing another one of the first movie would have been dumb considering I'm very hyped about the second movie right now. So there you go. I'm gonna have done a drawing from the second and the first movie. So, yeah. Yes, I have to commemorate this kiss because it's my favorite thing right now. I don't know what else to say. I can't think straight. All I think about is these two constantly. Anyway, there you go, little nose. We got our little nose. Alright, got the little nose in there. So as you guys can see, it slowly gets more detailed as I go. It just takes a bit. But as long as it looks good in the end, that's all I care about. Okay, that looks like it. Okay. Yeah, and now they're gonna be working together all the time. So now that these two are gonna be working together all the time, we're gonna get so much content with these two in the third movie. And I'm so excited to see them flirt together and always being around each other. And I'm just like, I just want the third movie now. I'm so excited. I don't know what else to say. I'm just so happy with this ship right now. I'm very happy. There's nothing better than this right now. Yeah, oh boy. Ah. What can I say? I love my favorite ships. They give me life. They give me happiness. And there's nothing better than that. So, actually, I think this ear might be a bit too. I don't know. I can't tell from the image which direction the ear is going. But now I kind of like the other way better. Oh, okay. Okay, Mario Fanatic Animation. Let's see what you've got next. Tell me. This can be fun. Alright. So you say, I think the director said that the third Bad Guys movie is in talks, is already being planned 2 months before the second one released. Yes, so let me talk about this for a bit. So yes, I have done some research, and I have too heard the director, Pierre, I think his name is, Pierre Perifel, I think, talking about how he already has ideas for the third film, and how they're already talking about it, but it hasn't been greenlit yet. It hasn't been given the okay. But he said basically in an interview that I read that if people want more and if it does well, then of course there's going to be another one. He already has so many ideas for the next one. And it just depends on the fans, if the people go see the movie, if it does well. And yeah. So go see this movie. If you can afford it to see it more than once. Because I cannot. But that's just my problem, really. Okay, so this is gonna go a little like this and then this. Oh, I love these two. Every little detail of these two is great. I can not get enough. Okay, and then that's where the wrist is gonna start. So I'm gonna start the. Time to get into the more detailed parts of the drawing. I'm just trying to get the details correct. Because the problem with clothes is that there's so many little details. And sometimes you want to get at least the bare minimum across. Yeah, that's what it looks like in the photo. So I'm going to say that this is good. But who knows, maybe I made the sleeve too puffy. But then again, I can always fix it because I'm an artist and I can erase and redo. Anyway. So yeah, I'm super excited for the third Bad Guys. I've been reading the comic or the graphic novels, and I can see where they're gonna take the next movie. I can so see it as being maybe a little more Men in Black, kind of like maybe some alien stuff going on. Because yeah, there's some alien stuff going on in the comic, and I just see so much potential for the next movie. I'm just super hyped. I can't wait to see the whole gang work together on these bigger, fun, like, really cool threats and things. But yeah, this is gonna be exciting. There's so much they can still do with the comic. I'm only on... I just finished the 5th comic. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they've taken out that I've seen in the 2nd movie as well, and in the 1st movie. It's just so... there's so much. And yeah, I'm super, super happy. I couldn't be happier, to be honest. We need more content with these two. We need more. I was happy with what we got in the movie, but I still think that there was less than the 1st movie. But what we got was so good that I didn't complain in my review, because I was just like, ugh. It was fun. Mario Fanatic Animations. Did you laugh at Wolf in the... Yes, the wedding dress scene. That was so funny. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. I was like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Oh my god. It was hilarious. I was like, Wolf, what are you doing? For some reason, that was stranger than Shark wearing a dress in the 1st movie. It was so funny. But yeah, I totally liked that scene. It was so fun. Like, how could you not laugh at that? That was hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna try and add a little more arm here, because I'm feeling a little bit like it's thicker and longer. Yeah. Alright. At the pace we're going, we'll probably have enough time to ink this in today. Okay, I see the paw a little bit, so I'm going to draw the paw. But the paw's a little higher, so maybe I should do it higher. Okay. That's the problem when you can't see the whole image. You just try to guess about certain things. Maybe too high. Well, at least now I have a midpoint I can pick. That's easier. This little paw. Try to make it look like a paw, even though it's a strange looking paw. Yeah, I can't tell what the rest of the paw looks like, so I'm just gonna have to guess it. That's the problem. I'm not great with guessing. I like using references. I'm not really an artist who can draw people without reference, so that's just me. But yeah, the whole wedding heist in the movie was so funny, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, the whole thing was freaking bonkers. I didn't think they were gonna go the route that they did in this movie, with Diane's identity being on the line, but logically that's where they were gonna go, obviously. That's something from the movie I actually really enjoyed. It had me on edge the entire time. I was so afraid. Oh my god. Like, I was so afraid of the consequences and what was going to happen to her if the whole world found out. And in the end, there were no consequences, so yay! And her and Wolf can be together now. So, yay. Thank you, the gods have spoken. They have given us our ship, and we are happy now. We're happy campers. Okay, I'm gonna put this there, because that's where it seems to go in the photograph. I need to stop doing 10,000 lines and just do one. But I can't seem to get to that. Yeah, I'm always doing double lines or triple lines. Like, come on, kid. Anyway. There we go. Yeah. Okay, Mario Fanatic Animation says, since the first Bad Guys movie had Wolf giving the ring back to Diane, yeah, because it belonged to her, it felt like it was teasing, their marriage? Yeah, that would be cool. It's cool. The whole fact that their whole relationship started with him stealing a ring, her ring, that she stole, and giving it back to her, I could see how that could look like, feel like, kind of like a proposal moment, kind of like a, I could totally see it teasing a marriage. It was, now I'm gonna rewatch that scene and be like, he's giving her a ring. They're married, Your Honor. They are married. You can't tell me otherwise. Now I can't unsee that. So thank you, Mario Fanatic Animations. Now I gotta rewatch that scene over and over again. And just be like, now they're married. He gave her a ring. Technically, he stole it first. But he did give her a ring. So yeah, unfortunately, the ring is no longer hers. But who cares? Semantics. Anyway, I'm gonna try and draw this hand. I got preoccupied with the other stuff and didn't think about the hand. Oh, these two make me happy. So happy. The kiss in the second movie I felt was perfectly done. I couldn't see it done any better. The whole zero gravity kiss, no, this has never been done before and it will never be outdone. Thank you. Next. They will never be able to do any better. I'm sorry. Now I've just been consumed by these two, and I'm just like, that kiss. That freaking kiss. Dudes. Like, dudes. Oh. But anyway, yeah, I could see how that ring could, like, symbolize that. Okay, I can see that this is a little not the right shape, so I'm going to try and make it better. Okay, that's a bit too big. That's a bit too large of a finger. What am I doing? This reference is not helping me for the fingers, though. The fingers are always the hardest part of anything. Or the paws. I guess you can call them paws because they're not fingers. They're not humans. They're animals. But Alright. Let's see. Any other messages or comments? Let's see. Nope, no new messages. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna keep talking about these two, I guess, since that's what we're just doing, basically. Yeah. I can't wait to see these two start going on dates. Who knows if they'll even have enough time to even give us a date scene in the next movie. They probably won't. But as long as they're working together all the time, and they're always together, and they're being flirty with each other, I will be happy with that. Like, yes please. Okay, so this comes at a bit halfway of the... Okay, yep. Okay. Yeah, the whole situation with the ring definitely was teasing. It felt like a little bit of a marriage thing. It was cool. But if Wolf actually does propose to Diane at some point, I don't know if any ring can top the Zimpango diamond. I don't know what kind of ring he would get her. What do you guys think? I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What kind of ring do you think he'd get her? I mean, the Zimpango diamond is a diamond, so I'm guessing he would just get her another diamond ring. But who knows? Anyway, maybe he could have like a knockoff made, like similar design and everything, but it's not the Zimpango diamond. So maybe that. Maybe I just answered my own question. Yeah, I just answered my own question, so that was whack. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a good hand. It could be better, to be honest. I'm very picky about my hands, but hands are the hardest things to draw. Fact. So, I'm gonna take it easy on myself. Mario Fanatic Animations writes, I think Wolf would use a diamond ring. Yeah, every girl loves diamonds. Every girl loves diamonds. That's not even a question you have to ask a woman. Do you want a diamond? Of course they do. Me, I'd be happy with anything. I don't really need a diamond ring. Just as long as you love me. Thank you. Okay. Yep, I think the hand is better. I fixed it. Okay. I'm going to erase the lines that don't need to be there right away because I kind of just get annoyed with the messiness of the sketch after a while. So yeah, I guess Mario Fanatic Animation, since you're here, I guess I'll ask you another question so we can continue having a conversation. What did you think of the Zero Gravity Kiss? Did you think it was freaking amazing? What did you think their first kiss was going to be like? Did you have any better ideas, or do you think that what they did in the movie was perfection and better than you could have imagined? Because I think it was better than anything I could have imagined. It was so perfect. There was no notes I had. I was so worried the kiss would be lame, and I was just like, if there is a kiss, what if it's lame? And that would have been even worse. So I'm just glad that it wasn't, and it was so cool. Like, they're kissing in space. Come on. Kissing in space, man. So cool. Okay. Okay, so you think the zero gravity kiss was Chef's kiss. I agree. Yeah, we agree. All right. Yes. They couldn't have done a better job. No notes, Your Honor. They did a perfect movie. They did a perfect kiss. There's nothing else I could have gotten better from that. So, yeah. Let me know, Mario Fanatic, if, did you think they were gonna, that Diane's identity would be revealed in this movie? Or did you think they were just gonna, that it wasn't and that she was gonna be okay? Because I thought they wouldn't, but I wasn't sure. I was like, are they really gonna reveal this? And then when it happened, I cried. I was crying. I was like a bit upset. I won't lie. Poor Diane in that moment, I was so scared for her. I was like, oh, you poor baby. Your life is falling apart in front of your eyes. But hey, at least she gets to be with the guy she loves, so there you go. Being governor wasn't making her happy anymore anyway. Okay. Mario Fanatic says, Diane getting exposed gave me Spider-Man Far From Home vibes, where Mysterio revealed Peter Parker's identity as Spider-Man. Oh my god, yes! I went to see that movie in the theater as well. And yes, the reveal at the end, I did not see that coming. I don't think anyone did. And it was such a shock. I think this reveal, though, was way more of an emotional roller coaster for me than the Spider-Man one. Hands down. This one, I was scared and shocked and sad. I was just like, no! Poor Diane! Oh, man. Everything in me was just at the edge of my seat. I just could not. I was in shock. I was just like, no, you didn't. You didn't. And then they did. They fucking did it. They revealed everything. Yeah. I knew I didn't like Kitty, but I didn't think I'd hate her as much as I do. I think she was a cool character, but I really disliked her. I just was like, this woman is mean. And I don't like her. I want her to go away and stop antagonizing Wolf. I just was like, girl, stop being rude. Stop being a jerk. Stop being the B word. I was just unhappy with her. I was just like, wow, I did not think I would hate a character that much. So yeah, that was my thoughts. Okay. Mario Fanatic says, I didn't know that Diane... Oh, yeah. Really? I didn't notice. Did she take off her heels to prepare for her kung fu fighting? Oh, yeah. I think she did. I was wondering what that thing was with her stuff. I didn't see it properly in the theater. Oh, that's even more badass. This girl, this woman, this freaking woman. I love her. She's great. No notes. She's just amazing. Diane Foxington is the kind of girl that I'm just like, we should all aspire to be. Oh. Yeah. That fight scene was really good. I still think the fight scene from in the prison in the first one was still the best fight scene, hands down. But I think that this one was also really good. She could stand her own, and then she was also getting a little bit defeated a little bit. But she was holding her own, and I was like, I'm impressed with you, girl. Show them who's boss. And they did. And she did. She is no damsel in distress. She can handle herself. Okay, maybe I should make this a little taller. I can always make tweaks. Okay. Be that. Okay, that works. I like that. Nice, cool. Just gonna try to make the eyelashes stand out because that's important. Even though I'm not even at the part where I should be even doing that yet, but I could. Yeah. I don't know if that looks good. In my head, it looks meh-ish. Meh, fine. Meh, not amazing, but... Okay, maybe it's now too thick. Ugh. This is gonna bother me. Okay. I think that looks fine. But oh my god. Everything in me is just awfully... questioning everything, apparently. Maybe this can go that way a little more so I can kind of get the... Okay, Mario Fanatic says, if the Bad Guys 3 had a love ballad scene, you would picture Mr. Piranha doing a second song about their love together at a private wedding ceremony. Who knows? In the books, at least in the graphic novel, Snake is very jealous of Diane / well, she's Ellen in the books. And he's like he's jealous because he's like, you're supposed to be my best friend. Why do you like someone more than me? And it's kind of like, I don't see them doing that in the movies, which I kind of like that they took that out, because a friendship and a relationship are two very different things, but it doesn't mean you cast your friends aside. So, yeah, I kind of like that they didn't go that route. But yeah, I could totally see Snake doing like a speech at their wedding, maybe. Like, I don't know if there would be 2 songs, but that would be something. I'm telling you, I could read a ton of wedding fics of these two and them having kids. And there are some, but not very many. So, I've had to reread a couple, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Is there any other details I'm missing currently that I could add? Oh yeah, maybe the ear could have a little more. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I knew we were gonna get some Professor Marmalade in this movie, but let me know what you thought of his scenes. He seemed like a total nut job. I was like, okay, now this feels more accurate to his like character from the graphic novel. But I only realized that like later on, because I hadn't read the graphic novel and I saw it in the theater. But then once I read the graphic novel, I was just like, this guy is totally cuckoo. Which makes sense, because he's like that in the book. So you know what? I was fine with that. I liked what Marmalade stuff we got. I have no doubt he's probably going to be the main villain in the second one. I mean, the third one. Why am I saying the second one? The second one's out already. But yeah. Marmalade's definitely going to be back. And I'm wondering, what is he going to be up to next? But yeah, that's just... I love Marmalade as a villain. I think he's great. I think he's terrifying and smart. And that's why he's scary. But also, he's just... You don't expect a cute guinea pig to be terrifying. But he is. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's totally cool. Cute. You look at something 1 minute, you like it, and then you look at something another minute, and you're like, meh. There you go. I think I got that drawn as best as I could. I don't think I could have done better than that. Okay, there you go. Trying to get the shapes right. It's really hard to get the shapes right. But yeah. That's why the sketching phase is always the longest phase. Because it's always the longest phase. Okay. The good thing about this drawing is there's not too much detail that I need to include. Well, there's some, but not too much. Okay. Mario Fanatic says, since the post-credit scene teased his return home, there's after being stuck in space. I don't want to be like Shrek 3. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Some of the stuff in Shrek got ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Marmalade, was actually not returning to Earth at the end of the movie. Like, he's actually going in deeper into space because, in the comic, he's, actually an alien. I just got to that book, and I was surprised. But yeah, that post-credit scene now makes total sense because he's an alien. He's going further into space with his spaceship and going back to wherever he came from. Who knows if he'll be back with an army? Who knows if he'll be back with some kind of dastardly plot? But in the books, he always has some kind of thing up his sleeve. He's a nasty little guinea pig. He's not even really a guinea pig. Okay, I don't see any arm part in the photo, so I'm just gonna take a guess as to where Wolf's arm is, because I don't know from this image. It doesn't really... His suit is white, so sometimes it's really hard to tell where the creases are. But there you go. I added a crease. I made it. I did it. Because we're almost done this sketch, so then I can start adding in the details of other things that I want to add. Start putting in the inking stuff. Yeah. I see a little bit of, like, there's a bit of this in the other photograph too. A little bit of an, yeah. Nah, I'll just add that in the painting portion. I won't add that in the inking portion because then it just looks weird. So yeah, I'm going to add more details in a painting phase, which I might not do during this live stream just because. But I will try and post the artwork on my Instagram. I have an art Instagram account where I post everything, and I'm probably going to post all of these, so yeah. Let's see, what else can we talk about in terms of the second movie? I guess the bad guys having to fake their deaths, I was a bit iffy on that, but now I actually kind of like it. Um, it took people thinking they died saving the world to actually accept them and actually think of them as heroes, which something kind of similar happens in the graphic novel, but they don't die and they don't fake their death. So it's like people know that they saved the world, and I actually liked that. I don't know. It's weird. They changed it in the movie, but they changed a lot of things. Some things they kept the same, but not very much. Like, Webb's in the graphic novel's a guy, and his name is Legs, not Webbs, which is bizarre. Um, Actually, I like her as a girl better, so yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Okay, Mario Fanatic says, I think my song suggestions for the Bad Guys 3 for Diana Wolf's romantic scene have to be She's Everything by Brad Paisley and Till Kingdom Come by Coldplay. Okay, I gotta listen to these songs. I'm not sure I know them. I'm gonna go check these songs out. Um, they sound exciting. Uh, I will try them out. I listened to a song today that really made me feel the vibes of these two, and I don't remember the name of it, but okay. It went something like I think it was like the song that went like "Girls Like You Don't Go with Guys Like Me," and it was just like it made me think of the beginning of the movie where they were flirting with each other, but they were talking about how they couldn't be together. And it was also making me think of their situation, how like she's basically a good girl and he's like a bad guy, and it's like it's just this. It was kind of I like that. It was cute. Okay, the last image I did wanted this, so I don't know. I can't tell from this image, so I'm just gonna try my best to get it. But I don't think that that's good. I think I'm gonna try. Anyway, uh, good song choices. Yeah. Girls like you don't go with guys like me. It was made me sad. That's all. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I'm so happy everything worked out in the end. Okay, so in this photo, I see a little bit of furry patch here. So I'm going to go with what I see first and then try and make a guess as I go. Guys like it. Or Middle Ground by Maroon 5. I haven't heard that song either. I have to check these songs out. Yeah, I can't tell with these. Or maybe it's... Was it this? It's like this? Or is it like this? I cannot tell. The image is not very clear. I'm trying to understand what I'm drawing and I can't. This is the one spot that's left to fix and I can't fix it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so this looks like it connects to here. And this looks like it connects. Okay, I am trying my best, but I'm getting really rough with this pencil. I'm getting really rough with the pencil. Okay, I think I'm getting it. I think I got it. I figured out how it works. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. What else could I talk about? Which movie do you like better, the first one or the second one? Because I still feel like the first one will always be the best one, no matter how many of these that they do. Mainly just because you can never recapture the exact same magic as the first ones. The first ones are always the most original, the most fun, and even if the sequel is really good, I don't think any sequel can ever live up to the original. Like, I thought this was a worthy sequel to the first one, but I still like the first one better. Okay, Mario Fanatic says I like the second movie. Okay, yeah, that's most people. I'm in the minority. Most people said they either loved this one more than the first one or liked it just as much, and I guess I'm in the minority. But yeah, I'm always in the minority apparently. But you know what? That's fine. I don't mind. Alright. Okay, so this is more like this than like that, but when I saw it, I was just not paying attention, apparently. Okay, there we go. Alright, we are officially done, I feel, with the sketching portion. Actually, let me just do the bracelet on Diane's wrist real quick. She's always wearing something fashionable on her wrist, or on her finger, or around her neck. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Do I have to, yeah, I have to do a little something here. Alright. There we go. I'll erase the rest after I'm done inking this in. So, yeah, let's get to the inking portion. So first we're going to lighten up the lines. So what that means is I'm going to press this eraser down on the image, on the graphite lines, and that way I can lighten the lines up so they're not as prevalent. Yeah, so let's do that. Mario Fanatic says, did you see that there is a 3D model of Diane Foxington in her wedding dress done by Silly Toys? I did not. There is? Okay, now I gotta search this. Oh my god. Is this legit or is it some kind of fan-made thing? Let me know. Because if it were legit, that would be freaking cool. That there was even any, like, a concept for that. I would totally go looking for that. Oh my god. Anyway. So yeah, I just tap lightly on the lines to get them to lighten up. I don't erase it. just lighten the lines up as I press. Because you want to see the lines so you're able to draw it, but you don't want to see the lines too much, because then, It's for 3D printing that I found on Colts 3D. Okay. So yeah, it's more of a fan-made thing. But that's cool. People make such cool stuff. I've seen some fan comic, but not very many. I like that the director, Pierre, he does post his own Diane and Wolf art on his Instagram that I've seen. And I absolutely love this guy. He ships it just as much as us. So I think if he's gonna direct the third movie, which I think is what's gonna happen, because he seems like he has already ideas, he said, so I'm guessing he would direct the third. That would be sick. I forgot what I was just talking about. My brain is already going and I'm only 23. Oh, where did the time go? Alright, almost done with the lightening up of the lines, and then we can get to the inking. And then I'll paint it one of these days. Probably tomorrow. Because today the day's almost over. So I can't really do much after this. Anyway. Yeah, I can understand why we didn't get as much Diane and Wolf in this movie, because they were very much in separate places throughout the whole movie. So we couldn't have as many interactions with them. But now that they're together and working in the same group together, the director better give us more content with these two. And I mean more flirty, more fun content. Like the first movie. The first movie had so much of these two, and I was just eating it up. I still think the first one has some of the best scenes with them in it. But this movie too had some good ones, and I loved them. The scenes we got with them were so good that I was like, the lack of scenes was I was okay with letting it slide. The lack of Diane and Wolf scenes, I was just like, you know what, I'm not even gonna complain. Because what we got with them was so cute, I couldn't complain. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think I can lighten this anymore without really erasing things. So, there we go. Let's ink this in. So, yeah. Yeah, I think the director, like, put so much, like, of his own artwork of Diane and Wolf in different scenarios. Like, one where they're on a cliffside, and they're just sitting together, and then, I don't remember if it was Snake or Piranha. One of their friends comes in and destroys the romantic moment, and becomes, like, a third wheel, and it was so funny! Alright, where are my pens? Pens! And then I'm gonna need the big eraser for Latour. So yeah. Let's see. The fur, I want to do it with a brush pen, because I like brush pens, and they make thin and thick lines, so it's gonna be really nice. Oh yeah, Mario Fanatic says there was also a picnic comic about them. Yes, I think the director did one of those too. I'm not sure. Are we talking about the same thing? Or are you talking about a separate comic that was done by someone else? Oh boy. Hello, cocoa butter hammy. We are just drawing and chatting about the Bad Guys 2 and other things. Anyway, I'm answering comments and stuff while I draw, so yeah, right now I'm at the inking phase, so yeah, be free to watch along. Mario Fanatic says it was the part where his sandwich was taken away by a bird. Oh yes, that one was so funny! Oh. Ugh. I'm obsessed with Diane and Wolf. I just cannot. Oh boy. Those two make me happy. Cocoa Butter Hammy says, "You are so good at making decisions." Okay, could you be more specific? In what way? In what way? Art-related decisions? Because, to be honest, I haven't drawn in a while. Okay. This is where things can get really messy or really well done, depending. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. The kiss, I'm gonna have to ink this permanently. I really have to make sure that my finger is... Oof. I just screwed something up. Hold on. I have a white pen for that. I have a white pen for that. I have a white jelly roll for that. No mistake is unfixable with a jelly roll. There we go. I fixed it. No more problems, but I'm gonna keep that there just in case I make another boo-boo. Alright, so I think his fur is pretty much done. I'm gonna have to do Diane's next. Okay, Cocoa Butter Hammy says, I mean design. Okay. Mario Fanatic says, did you see U2's is making a Diane and Wolf plush toy, and they even posted... Yeah! Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why people keep... Just to be clear, that meme slash that slapping thing, that was done originally with Sonic and Sally from the Archie comics, and then they did it. Then, like an artist did it in the Judy Hopson Nick Wilde comic, and then now someone else is doing the same thing with Wolf and Diane, which I'm like, I don't think Diane would ever do that to Wolf. Like, oof. And I don't think Judy would ever hit frickin' Nick ever. Like, I totally ship those two. I don't see them doing that to each other. That would be awful. Anyway. Yeah, let's get to Diane's. Sorry if you guys can't see. This is a really bad angle. Okay, you guys can see. Alright. I can see what you guys can see on my... my laptop? Yeah, my laptop. Whew. Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm getting it. Slowly. Mario Fanatic says, if Diane and Wolf ever have a kid, what should the kid's name be? Okay, I've thought about this. For a girl, I am thinking, since the character in the graphic novel that Diane is based off of is named Ellen, I've seen other people name their future daughter Ellen, and I absolutely love that idea. If they have a daughter, Ellen. Definitely. I don't know about a boy. I've seen different people say different things, but I don't think anyone can agree on one. I was thinking maybe like Wolf Jr. could have the same name as Wolf does in the comics, the graphic novels. His name is, I think, Mo or something like that. Mason or Mo. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten to that part yet. But I would definitely consider naming the kid that if we never get Wolf's actual name in the movies. Like, just give him his son the name from the comic that's his name, or just have him be Junior. I would love a Mo Junior. It'd be cute. Little Junior up to no good. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway. Let me know what you think the name of the kid should be, if they have. If you've thought about it, let me know. Okay, I think I'm gonna use a more delicate pen for the rest, depending. Oh, actually, there you go. Just finish off the pause. Let me know if any of you guys have read the graphic novels. If not, that's fine. Yeah, this is his pause, so I guess I'm gonna put... Anyway. So far, I'm happy with this drawing. Yeah, the clothes also need to be done in a brush pen. I want to make sure the... Anyway... Mario Fanatic says, I think their kid would be having brown fur and with a hairstyle similar to a wolf and a fox hybrid species. She would be named Ellen, like Foxington or Poodleton. I like that. Yes. 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 Yeah. Because if Wolf is his first name and his last name, I don't think the child could get, like, would Wolf be their last name or would it be Foxington? Because I'm not sure. I don't know what they would decide on. Maybe a hybrid between Wolf and Foxington, like maybe, or maybe like hyphenated, I think. That would be cool. Hyphenated. I like hyphens. Hyphens are great. Like when people make Nick and Judy get married from Zootopia, their last name tends to be often Wild Hops, and I think that that's great. It's like a mix of both their names. So I don't know. That'd be cool to think about. Gonna just put a little something there. Anyway, I'm really trying to not mess this up. But the lines are too close together, so yeah, I'm not enjoying that. Let me just try with a different pen. Actually, okay, now I'm done with this pen. Now I'm gonna go to something a little easier to control, like a medium brush or like a regular tip. Yeah. Okay. There we go. This pen is easier to control. There we go. There we go, that's better. Okay. The eye could have been lower. But I think it's fine. Okay. I'm not thinking it's my most amazing work, but I think I did a pretty decent job considering I've been at this for 2 hours and some people could have probably done this in faster, but I like to enjoy the process. I don't like to rush. Anyway, I'm gonna start erasing the lines, so I'm not gonna use this eraser because the pen I was using before, the Micron, this tends to erase. So I do not like those very much. But that's the only kind of brush I have with that kind of nib, so I had no choice. But yeah, I think that's it. This was a pretty simple sketch. I could have done a bit better with, like, the face could have been longer, because I'm seeing in the original that it could have been better. And yeah, some of the fur is too long, the strips. But yeah, it's just a fan art. It's not supposed to be perfect, but I just get discouraged when things don't turn out the way I like them. So yeah, let's just get to using an eraser that I can more easily control. And that's gonna be this guy. Any thing that's showing from the underlying sketch, I'm gonna erase. Or try to without erasing the line. Anything important. Okay. I'm glad that I could do a stream and actually have people join and actually talk about this movie with me, because it's actually cool to talk about it live. And to do some fan art. I've never done this before live, which I was worried it would turn out, this drawing would turn out worse than it did, so I'm actually surprised. Turned out better than I thought. So lately I've been getting better at the stuff that I'm afraid I'll do terrible at. I'm usually doing well on it, so that's great. When you think you're gonna do shitty, you do great. And then when you think you're gonna do great, you do terrible. It's just, that's... I've learned that pattern, so now I'm expecting it. Okay. I think there's a little something there that could be erased. A little something there. Okay. Alright, that works a little bit. Erase the... So yeah, I'm gonna try and paint this another time, because painting takes a long time in and of itself. So anyway, I'd recommend reading the Bad Guys graphic novels. You can probably see where they're gonna go with the movies if you read those. There's plenty of stuff that they could do. You'll even see some stuff they've already done from the books and the movies, which is really cool. Some stuff they kept the same, some stuff they changed. But it's still super cool. Yeah, I'm reading them and they're fun. This is my last summer vacation ever, and I'm kind of bummed. Summer vacations should be given to everyone. All adults should be given a freaking whole summer break off. The world is just doomed to overwork people. But yeah, anyway. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be clean. I might just use my other eraser just for around the drawing, just in case there's any graphite because of my hand rubbing against the paper, because that can happen. So yeah, I think we're just about done with this live. If you have any final questions, ask them now. Or anything you want to say it now. Yeah. I didn't expect this drawing to take up the whole page, but hey, the more pages filled in the sketchbook, the better. So, I'm not gonna complain. I had a feeling this was gonna be a large sketch because the image is really huge, so I was gonna compensate for that anyway. The paws don't look that great. They don't really look like they're holding her. But whatever. I'll always have the original picture in my head or somewhere saved, maybe. Gotta save these kinds of things. They're very important. These are the moments I live for. My favorite couples kissing. I don't think they'll ever top this kiss. But you know what? Them being together is gonna be fine. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Let's see, any other comments before we're done here? But yeah, I'm gonna paint this probably tomorrow. Not live, but if you guys want a live painting, I could do that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna stay on for another 5 minutes for you guys to give me your last minute comments, questions, and let me know if you guys want a live tomorrow of me painting this, and if you do, I will gladly do it. Yeah, painting will be its own thing. So yeah, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Because yeah, I would do the whole painting process, and I would even do the colored pencil process that I did for this one as well, so. But this one's my favorite I've done, so. The other ones, meh, who cares? But yeah, I had to do at least one from the second movie and one from the first movie. And yeah. I think I've gotten most of my Diane and Wolf energy out in these sketches. But I'm gonna save that other photo I have saved for when I'm in another Diane and Wolf mood and want to draw them again. So I'm gonna save that other photo for another time. But yeah, so far my favorite shot of them from the first movie was this one. And my favorite shot of them in the second movie was the kiss. So, yeah. I'm super impressed that I got this done in a live. I did not think I would finish a sketch or even get a good sketch done. I was afraid it was gonna be very bad. But yeah. So yeah, if I don't get any comments or anything regarding you guys wanting a live paint of this, then I won't do a live paint. But if you guys want it, I'll do it. I don't care. I have nothing better to do. But now that I've done it once here, it's gonna be easier to do it again because now I know the technique. So it'll be easier the second time around. Mario Fanatic says, I want to see a live stream of the painting. Okay. Alright. So that's official then. Okay. Alright, Mario Fanatic. Tomorrow I will do a live stream of the painting and the colored pencil process. So we'll have a finished sketch, something like a finished drawing, something like this. For this. So I will have another stream tomorrow at the same time, so 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. So please come back tomorrow to see me do that. And yeah, all right. Well, this has been fun. I will see whoever wants to be there tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just chat more about the movie. We could talk about any other movies that are animated that you guys like. So yeah, that is it for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. So, bye-bye.